This is Cannabis Church, December 5th, 2021. And we are live on Clubhouse for the audio listeners. And thank you for watching this on our official YouTube channel and our Spotify video podcast. We appreciate you likes, your comments, and sharing this with your friends. These are my opinions and do not represent the views or opinions of anyone else but me. I'm not selling any cannabis here, and I'm not here to save your soul. That's your job. But I have officially launched Pastor Wellness, and that's available now. That is a health and wellness coaching. It's a monthly subscription. And with that, you get a free sample kit where you'll get the holy oil and my heavenly teas to utilize for your own health and wellness on a monthly basis, as well as I'll be featuring other hemp, holistic, and CBD types products that I think you guys will like, and they are all blessed and approved by me. So welcome to Sunday service, where we preach about the holy healing plant, God's gift to Mother Earth and our sacred sacrament. No judge, just love. All pronouns, faiths, and faithless are welcome at Cannabis Church. We are here to end the stigma of the devil's lettuce and connect to better wellness personally, spiritually, socially, and for the planet. Whether you need connection to humanity or the universe, or the great creator of your choice, or if you just need some good vibes and to meditate with love and light, all are welcome with green grace in this safe space. I'm your pastor, Casey. You can partake in the smokable or edible sacraments, sacred sacrament of your choice at any time during Cannabis Church. Consume freely. That's why we're here. I'm not here to bless the holy plant because, well, the cannabis plant blesses our endocannabinoid system, which then in turn helps control all of our other regulatory systems. Though I do bless all of my cannabis personally. So let me pray. Hello, universe. Hello, God. Blessed to be here this week. Last week was too difficult and pain in my health to be here. And yesterday was difficult too. So I'm glad I had a day of wellness, well enough to be here anyway, to do Cannabis Church. I'm always humbled by those that come on a regular basis and that are here, and those that check this out later. You're all very much appreciated and loved. Thank you for being here. Please bless my sacred sacrament today, that it will help with my pain management and help with my mental health and help with my spirituality in all the ways I know it can. And bless those out there who are watching this and partaking as well, so that their sacrament can bless them in their lives in the way they need with their physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual health, because it's all interconnected. Thank you very much for being here. Amen, amen, amen. I'm gonna have a hit. Seal that with a hit. Send that prayer up with that smoke. All right. Thank you to our music director, Brother Darrell Johnson, for bringing that plant love spirit vibe in the room today and every week with the music he made for Cannabis Church. I love it. Huge fan. Thank you to Royal Gold Soil for their donation of soil to Cannabis Church. I got stuff growing in it right now to make my own sacred sacrament and sacred oils with. And thank you for your donations that continue supporting me and keeping me in my sacred sacrament, which huge shout out to Big Weed. That's right. That's his name. Big Weed at Oasis Dispensary here in Las Vegas. Great bud tender, great bud tending. Gave me the perfect choices, especially this kind that's got that smell that tickles your nose and you know is going to be just what the doctor ordered for your medical needs to go to sleep, especially with the amount of pain I've been in this week. So thank you, Big Weed. Big love, big props. Birthdays in Vegas. What do birthdays in Vegas have in common? Well, with me, a lot. My birthday was Friday. I just turned 47. Didn't think I would make 47. My dad died of cancer when he was 42, 43. So getting past that and having my own health scare at that same time in my life that I thought was going to be cancer, it was its own set of issues. And I promised y'all, those that have been here weekly, my birthday story. So that's, where that's that birthday story. That's what this is about today. But, you know, back then I was an alcoholic. I was a blackout alcoholic. I admit that freely. Like I, drank to black out to fall asleep on a nightly basis as well, to deal with the nightmares and the different issues that I had not yet dealt with, that I've dealt with now, but hadn't dealt with back then. And just thought drinking them away was the best way to deal with them. And like I've said multiple times, every bad decision I've ever made in life was on alcohol and because of alcohol and doing, ooh, watch this and here, hold my beer, dumb stuff that, also kind of helped wreck my body on alcohol. And Vegas is no different. Vegas is especially no different when it came to making bad decisions on alcohol. And a lot of those came around my birthdays and friends' birthdays, going to Vegas to celebrate, and bachelor parties. I remember one Vegas trip with Oz and Norris and Norris's wife, and okay, I don't remember. I've been told the story. Basically, I got so drunk that like Oz was put in charge of watching that. You watch over Casey. Like he obviously cannot take care of himself tonight. You watch over him. Well, we went to the blackjack table. He turned his back on me for 2 seconds, which was all my drunk ass needed, and I was gone and disappeared. And he couldn't find me. Well, Norris and his wife found me 6 blocks down the strip. Now, these Las Vegas strip blocks, they're big blocks. So I had chased them down, swerving drunkenly through the crowd, and somehow caught up to them right as they were walking into the hotel lobby, and tackled them all drunk and stupid lovingly like I tended to be back then. And like they had to walk me all the way back to Chris and be like, look who we found, or who just found us. And I didn't hear about this till the next day. Don't remember any of it. So that's the kind of drunk I was. And that's all kinds of bad stuff could have happened to me that night here in Vegas, and many other dumb trips to Vegas. But about 5 years ago on my birthday weekend, so my sister brought me to Vegas to spend a week in Vegas and just cowboy it up and have a good time, because during this month every year, the Professional Bull Riders Association and all the rodeos are in town, and there's a bunch of country concerts and all kinds of stuff. And so got my boots on and my cowboy hat, and we had a great weekend for the most part. That weekend kind of got ruined with my health again, though, because I had like an ear infection. And basically my left ear, my right ear was so clogged that like I couldn't hear Merle Haggard. Like I always wanted to see Merle Haggard. Like, he's a legend. And I couldn't hear him from where our seats were. So I basically had to walk up and put my left ear right to the speaker next to the stages just to kind of hear the concert. It was super disappointing. But I got to see Merle Haggard, and good thing, because like he literally died a few months later. So got to wipe him off the bucket list. And that was a great weekend with my sister. And it was my first weekend, though. Here's where this story comes full circle to now. It was my first weekend, though, where I had made the conscious decision, because that summer we had decided to quit drinking. So that was my first birthday weekend, not getting drunk and not coming to Vegas and doing the drinking thing. And it was one of my best birthdays and one of my best Vegas trips ever. I mean, spending it with my sister, that helps. But being able to remember it, even better. And of course, I had cannabis to get me through that, to help me with my mental health and help with the quitting alcohol, because I was I was doing some serious drinking. We're going to get about to get into that too. Whereas in now, I got some of my own homemade heavenly tea that I'm drinking. Little CBG in it. Because I don't need the alcohol. I don't want the alcohol. I know what it was doing to me physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Ugh. Glad I'm done drinking. That's, my choice. We all have those choices to make. But that was one of those great weekends. And every time I've ever gone to Vegas, except for Frank's bachelor party, I blew in less than 12 hours. My first night there, I blew all the money I brought to spend, the money I had in my bank, and took out 600 in loans on 2 different credit cards. So I was like already $1,000 in debt in less than 12 hours. Whew, stupid. Now I've had plenty of times where I've been up $2,000 too, but I've never gone to Vegas with money I wasn't willing to lose. There's a key word: willing to lose and spend in Vegas, because there's lots to do in Vegas too, and great restaurants and shows and concerts and magic and all kinds of Cirque du Soleil, all kinds of things to see here. You don't have to spend your money gambling, but I do enjoy the gambling every now and then, and I give myself a strict set of rules, which I always broke when I was drunk. Therein lies the problem. But this weekend with Tisha was the first weekend I came home with money. I came home with $100 black chip. And I don't even remember where I was up or what or why I decided, or even if I even did decide to keep that $100 chip, or I just found it at home. I can't remember really, but I do remember knowing I needed to hold on to that chip for something. I remember that. Well, my mom was in town right before Halloween. I cashed in that chip because now I'm living here in Vegas. I always knew I could never live in Vegas because of the gambling and the drinking. I just knew I could never live here. But now that I don't really care about the gambling and I don't drink anymore, here I am. So my mom went and cashed that chip in for me, who is, not about gambling, but, she likes the slots when she's in Vegas. So, she's got her thing. And took that and I got my doing business license. And now here I am. I've started Pastor Wellness with just that $100 chip and got some of the supplies I needed to make my tea and got my business license. And here I am taking that full circle from a birthday weekend to this birthday weekend here in Vegas. And thanks to cannabis, and it's saving me multiple times health-wise with my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health, because I've gone through hell the last several years. I'm here moving forward with a new business idea. Someplace I didn't think I would be a year ago. Someplace I didn't think I'd be 7 years ago. On the birthday I told you I'd tell you about. Where I went to pull my leaving Las Vegas. I was living in Orange County, California at the time. And this story comes back to Vegas a couple times here. That summer, I was dating who I considered one of my first big loves. High school sweetheart. Facebook brought us together after 20 years. So I thought it was fate and kismet, meant to be, all that. And I apologize to every woman I ever dated in the past that I unfairly compared you to this high school sweetheart. And that was a tumultuous relationship, to say the least. I won't go into that. But was trying to plan a Vegas trip for her birthday. Her birthday's, a little bit before mine. But we weren't together anymore. So that didn't happen. Well, she did go to Vegas for her birthday with her new boyfriend. the first night in town, he tried to rape her. Now, she was a Viking goddess. So, I know how bruised up she was. I can imagine how bruised up and bloody she left him from fighting to get out of there. And she did fight to get out of there, and did. And she called me on her way home. Now, for those that don't know me, I've been bartending for 20 years, and you tend to get off work at midnight, 2 a.m. Got to clean, so you're still not out of there for another hour, hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes, depending on if it was a holiday or how busy the bar was. So I'm used to not going to sleep till 3 to 6 in the morning. I've had insomnia most of my life since I was a teenager from being molested and the nightmares. I've told you all about that. So me going to sleep before midnight never happens, except on this night. Somehow I fell asleep before midnight for the first time in 30 years. And so I wasn't available for that call. And it took a few days to find out what happened. And it hit me pretty hard. And there were things said that I won't talk about, but I took a lot of that blame and put it on my shoulders, like I was talking about a few weeks ago. Those boulders that we put on our shoulders, those rocks that we pick up and put in our pockets that aren't always our rocks. And I burdened the blame of that and took it on myself. So I decided to pull a Leaving Las Vegas. What's Leaving Las Vegas? One of the most sad but best performances of Nick Cage's career, in my personal opinion, with Elizabeth Shue. He decides to kill himself by drinking himself to death. Really, really good movie. Profound. And so I decided to drink myself to death. I was already drinking a ton as it was anyway. Just remove food. So I stopped eating. Hadn't eaten for like 5 days. My birthday rolls around. It was a Friday, I believe. Landed on a Friday. I've been going to work, stopping at a Mexican bar, not getting food, but just pounding like 3 margaritas before I even get to work. Nobody noticed, which that's not on them. How sad is that about me? That's how much I was drinking on a regular basis back then, that nobody noticed how drunk I was at work. And that's when my boy Bat felt an urge, a need, a calling to come check on me. We didn't have plans on my birthday. In fact, we hadn't been friends for as many years as we have now. This is one of the things that stamped our closeness together and our brotherhood. Came to check on me, found me passed out on my back on the stairs. I threw up that night. So I'm sure I would have ended up just throwing up in my mouth and choking on my own vomit, swallowing my own tongue, something, if he hadn't come and found me, helped me to my bed, put me to my bed. That's all I remember, is him waking me up on the stairs and putting me to bed. But yeah, I threw up in bed. And not just that, I went, used the restroom in the middle of the night and crapped myself in the middle of the bed too. So I ended up rolling around in that. And that got me sick. That got me all kinds of sick. So that sickness started a few weeks later for Christmas, which I thought for sure had to be cancer. and it got bad. Got back together with the ex who left me because we thought we had cancer and it was just too much for her to handle. And found out what it really was and had to take a ton of antibiotics, more so than the doctor's book told him from his schooling to give me. I literally had to buy some from another country and have them shipped to me to get rid of it, because that's how bad this infection was. It's like the most pain I've ever been through in my entire life. I wouldn't wish on anyone at that point. Going through more now. Now I know. But like I was talking about a few weeks ago, man, I picked up those rocks, took those burdens and carried them for way too long. I'm not carrying them anymore. Because like I've been encouraging you to do, pull a rock out a day or weekly, at least once a month, pull one of those rocks out of your pocket and read it. Whose rock is that you've been carrying around? That burden, that extra weight weighing you down. Drop it on the roadside, toss it in a pond, or we're in a field over here. Give it to a little kid for their rock collection. You don't need that rock. I don't need that rock. And though Vegas sparks all kinds of crazy memories like that for me, I'm still alive. I'm blessed to be here. I always find the silver lining and the positive parts of every day and week and month, no matter how much pain I'm in, no matter what I've been through. Because positivity breeds positivity. You think positive, you speak positive, you're manifesting positivity into your life. Because like that other saying I love, a negative mind will never have a positive solution. How true is that? And all of our actions start with thoughts. Those thoughts become words, and those words become our actions as we go out and put those words into action in life. So I try to make them as positive as possible. Doesn't make me not a realist on everything I've been through, but like I keep saying, when you live in the past, that's depression. When you worry too much about the future, that's anxiety, and both take you out of the present. And what a gift life is, and being present in life. And that's what cannabis helps me do, be present and not worry about the future, not think too much about the past. So I can live in the present. Because living in the present means dealing with chronic pain and illness on a daily basis that fluctuates, so that I couldn't even do church last week. But I'm present here today in Vegas with a new mindset and new purposes, fulfilling those and living those, so that I can live well and feel heavenly. That's all I want for everybody out there too. So check out Pastor Wellness. And with that, I just love you all so much, and I'm grateful for you. And I'm humbled by your presence here live on Clubhouse, and for those who are checking this out after the fact. Let me pray. Hello, universe. Thank you for giving me another week here and helping with my health and wellness to feel a little better, so that I didn't think I was actually going to be here again this week, 2 weeks in a row, but we squeaked this one out. Thank you to everyone being here. I'm always humbled. Thank you for everybody's support over the months of starting Cannabis Church and seeing where this will be going in the future. And I pray and wish health and wellness and happiness in whatever form those suit you best and your family, so that you can move forward freely, dropping rocks out of your pockets that are weighing you down, so you can feel lighter, leaner, walk taller into your true purpose, a well-balanced best you with a healthy endocannabinoid system. May your terpenes and cannabinoids be rich and flavorful. Amen. 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 And with that, thanks for being here. See you next week at another cannabis church, and relinquish the room to